Hey guys, it is me and I am back. Happy New Year. This is my first video of 2012. Um, I am coming to you guys today with like a hair review. Um, as you can see, I lightened my hair. It is no longer black and red. I'm trying to see if I can get some light here where you can really see. But I'll post some pictures, of course. But I did this in a couple different steps, and in the end, I figured out that I could have done it in one quick step that I was kind of afraid to take, but I did, and it turned out okay. I'm going to let you know what I did, because black and red are the most difficult colors ever to get out of your hair. So this is what I did. Um, the reason I think one reason it was okay is because my hair is completely natural and because it's in a really healthy condition. I'm sorry, my voice is kind of in and out because I'm getting over a cold, but I took a couple different steps. As you guys know, I had black, rinse, and semi-permanent color on the majority of my hair, and I had went in and did some foils and did some highlights, about 4 sections that were like a really bright red. And at first, I loved it, but it was too much to kind of keep up. And because they weren't permanent colors, the red was fading quickly, and I got really tired of the red. And I always get tired of red. I always get tired of black. But the combination I just wasn't happy with, and the red wasn't fading the way that I wanted it to. First thing that I started doing was I started lifting the color off with a 40 volume peroxide. I didn't want to use any bleach or anything on my hair because I didn't want to strip and to damage my hair. And but I only used 40 volume because my hair was in excellent condition beforehand. I'm constantly doing mask and conditioning treatments, protein treatments, filling my hair with keratin, moisturizing treatments, things of that nature. I keep my hair hydrated, moisturized all the time. So it was in excellent condition prior to doing the color and prior to doing the color removal. So the first time I used a 40 volume to lift the hair, and I used like a blonde color. So I was trying to lift it with color instead of with bleach. I cannot for the life of me remember, and if I think of it, I'll put it down in the description box what color. But the color brand that I use in the salon is I use the ISO color line. ISO Joico, that color line. So I started lifting with that, and it still left this section. It was kind of patchy because I started lifting it and it was kind of patchy. And I'm gonna put up pictures of that, and then so then I went over it with a demi permanent color, which would end with 10 volume peroxide, just to kind of even it out. So the back section of my hair was, it went from like a light brown to a darker brown at the ends. The ends were still kind of dark after it settled and everything. And then the front still had that red, and it was driving me crazy because it started off, it was really pretty and vibrant, but as I was washing my hair and things were fading, it wasn't cute anymore. So I was really ready to get rid of it. The red just kept staring me in the face and it was driving me crazy. So I have been doing research on color removers, And the color remover that I actually use, I left the box at work and I meant to bring it so that I could show you guys. I used the One and Only Color Fix by Sally at and I purchased from Sally Beauty Supply. I had researched things like Colors, Zap, or something. There was a couple other ones that seemed really, really harsh. The One and Only Color Fix, I got that one because it was top. It had like 4 to 5 stars for the ratings, and it was supposed to, it says it removes unwanted permanent hair color, allows color correction to specific areas, easily removes any level of hair color. It says no unpleasant odor, easy to mix and apply. Um, it says it doesn't have ammonia, bleach, or formaldehyde. So I I tried it, and because of the reviews and everything, everybody was saying that it didn't really damage their hair, that it didn't feel dry. One or two people said their hair felt dry afterwards, but I knew I was gonna do a mask and lots of conditioning afterwards, so I really wasn't concerned about that. So what I started doing, it has 3 parts. From reading the reviews, which I'm glad I did, the first 2 steps, you're supposed to mix equal parts of the 2 bottles together. You didn't have to use the entire thing because I didn't use the entire thing. I think I used, I don't even know how much, but I didn't use a lot. Eventually I put it on the ends of all of my hair, because what I was trying to do was lift the ends to match my roots, where my roots were currently. So, or at least get it light enough that I could put a rinse over top or semi-permanent color or dummy over top and get a more even brown color. So what I did was I sectioned off my hair just like I did when I put the highlights in, and I just put the color remover from about here, so it was at about an inch and a half from my root to the ends of my hair in this entire section. I did that first. Then after I finished doing that, I said, you know what, I was looking at the rest of my hair, the rest of it's kind of dark, and I'm just going to go ahead. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to go ahead and do it. First I was like, okay, if I mess up the middle part of my hair, fine. But after I got up there, I was like, I'm just going to go ahead, do it all at once and get it out the way. So then I put it on the rest of my ends where the darkness was. The rest of my hair was dark from starting about about 2 to 3 inches, 2.5 inches from my scalp. I had probably about 2 to 3 inches of new growth between, I guess, when I last colored my hair with the black and my natural hair color. So I did that. I put on a plastic cap and I set it under the dryer for about 15 minutes, because it's supposed to be 20 minutes total time that it's on your hair from start to finish. And you're supposed to work really quickly. But I was trying not to get this stuff on my skin, on my clothes. I didn't want to touch anything but what it absolutely had to, because it says that it doesn't have an unpleasant smell. This stuff stunk so bad. It smelled like eggs, but stank hot. Oh my God, it was awful. It was nauseating. And I am not being dramatic. It was horrible. I did this after work. After I got done with my last client, I said, I'm going to do my hair before I leave. That way, the conditioner can process while I'm going home. And I would have, I had all my tools there, so I didn't have to pull out anything or take anything home with me. Good thing nobody else was in there, because actually a client came back because she had left her hat, and I wanted to say to her, please do not think that is me in here stinking, because it is not. It is my hair, and because it was god awful. And the reviews warned you of that, because according to the box, it doesn't smell, but as soon as you open up the containers, it has this horrid scent. So I put it on. I left it on for a total of 20 minutes. I might have been able to leave it on for another, that extra 5 minutes, because I was only under the dryer for 15 minutes. But It literally, it was so amazing the way the color just disappeared. Um, when I put the cap on, I was looking at it. It had been about 5 minutes. Nothing had moved. I was like, okay, it's not doing anything. I'm like looking in the mirror. It's not doing anything. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to deal with this horrible smell, and it's not even moving. So anyway, when I took the cap off and kind of peeped under, my hair, the color was gone. It was like completely gone. Um, I did not take pictures of it before I put the semi-permanent color over top of it. And God knows, I wish I did, because it was just amazing, the difference. It wasn't a bad color. I just didn't want to be that light. It was like a blonde, like a, but it was more like a yellowy blonde, I guess you could say. If I can find a picture of somebody's hair that looks like that, I'm going to post it so that you can see. But it was completely even all over from root to end. It pretty much, it was like really, really light. Like all the color was gone. So I rinse forever. I want to make sure that I got it out. I did not take my gloves off. I put gloves back on, and I just rinsed and rinsed and rinsed and rinsed. And that, oh my God, the smell. I just have to warn you, it's gonna work. But if you can just make sure, if you're in a house, I was in a big open salon. If you're in the house, make sure that you got a fan going, you got windows open that is really ventilated, because the smell is horrible. And that can't be good for you. Whatever the smell is, it can't be good for you to just be inhaling it with no ventilation. So I rinsed. And I'm going to let you know what I used, because my hair feels soft. It feels like, pretty much like normal. It doesn't feel like it's been through the trauma that it has been through. My curls kind of, bounced back and did like normal. But let's see, after I finished rinsing, I shampooed my hair with Joico, their reconstructive shampoo. And I actually got this together because I use the Joico and the ISO shampoos, conditioners, like I said, the colors and everything in the salon. I absolutely love their shampoos and conditioners. Are so moisturizing, even for natural hair. And I don't know if it has sulfate in it. I haven't even looked. It does, but I mean, I'm telling you, it doesn't, because I don't shampoo my hair often anyway. For the times that I do, I prefer to use the Joico, just because it doesn't make my hair feel dry. It doesn't dry it out the way ordinary shampoos do, but it will still get it clean. If you're not going to use something like No Poo by Diva Curl, or Diva Shine, or whatever it is, or something like that, a no suds shampoo, I really would recommend this. And you can probably get it from like your local, like any hair salon in your area that sells or uses the products, their line. So this was in a deal, and this was in Cosmoprof, in the professional store. So you have to have a license to shop there. But for, I think, $13, you got both of these. This is 10 fluid ounces, and this is 5. And this is their new restorative reconstructive treatment. And it's supposed to, as Lady said, take like 10 years of damage off of your hair. My hair before I did this, it was already damaged, just from it was drier than normal. Let's put it that way. It wasn't severely damaged and breaking. It wasn't doing any of that. It wasn't brittle, but it didn't feel like my hair normally feels. It wasn't soft, but in order to ward off any horrible things that might have happened, I wanted to get some treatments in it and make sure that I came against that ahead of time, so I didn't have to treat a problem after the problem had already flared up and occurred. So I shampooed my hair with the K-Pack Reconstruct by Joico, and I did that probably twice. Put then K-Pack Revitalux. It's a Bio Advanced Restorative Treatment. I put that in my hair. It says it delivers complete restoration and hydration for dry, damaged hair. Instantly leaves hair stronger, softer, and more moisturized. And it gives the pH levels, which is 4.0 to 5.0. And you're supposed to leave it on for 3 to 5 minutes, or you can, and then rinse it off. I put it on heavily on my hair, and then from root to end, made sure that it was heavily saturated, put on a plastic cap, and then I left work and came home. So it was probably in there for about 20 minutes or so. When I got home, I rinsed it out. And then I was going to, because I was also trying to get the smell out of my hair because the smell was so bad. So I rinsed it out, and then I was going to cleanse my hair again. So, but this time, instead of using a shampoo, I didn't want to use any more shampoos and dry it out anymore. So I used my hair one, and I get the one for dry hair. They have for curly hair, they have, I think, for normal or something like that. But I get the one for dry hair just because I want to make sure that I get the proper moisture, and because my hair does tend to be dry if not properly taken care of. So I use this the way it's directed. Just like I would if I was shampooing my hair or cleansing my hair, rather, any other time. After that, I used another professional product, and it's by Wella. It's their Enrich moisturizing treatment for coarse hair, and it's kind of thick. And I can show how much I used. I didn't use that much. My hair pretty much, it absorbs things. Like, that's about how much that I used. But my hair absorbs, even like when I'm doing color, it absorbs the color like a sponge. But I use that, and what this does is it would be for moisture. It's a moisturizing treatment. Since I had taken the moisture out by stripping the hair down and doing so many things to it, trying to get it back to a lighter color, this I used for moisture, and I will continue to use the two of these for a while. Maybe weekly, bi-weekly, switch it up, something like that. But I will be using these because they did an excellent job, and I'm very excited about those two. So after I did that, I put that on, raked it through my hair. I didn't put on a plastic cap or anything. I just went over and started playing video games with my husband, and just let it sit. It sat, and when I touched my hair, it was back to normal. I was so excited. I was so relieved. My curls were safe. My hair was safe. I got the job done, and I got the color that I wanted. So I left that on. I'm sorry. One step that I did leave out is after I shampooed my hair with the Joico. I didn't want to put any more red back in my hair. This is not the one that I use, but this is the brand. I use the Clairol Professionals Colorful, Beautiful Collection. The one that I used was a ash base, and it was a light brown. So that's what you see now. This is the light brown. It kind of just toned down the color that I used. I mean the lightness that I had, because it was extremely light. And even after putting the color on top of it, it didn't hold the color really well. And the reason it didn't hold the color is because when I did the color remover, I didn't do the last step. The last step is supposed to make sure that all the color is removed and all that kind of stuff. But I could see that the color was all removed. From the reviews, I saw that if you use the last step, for some reason your hair goes right back to as dark as it was, and I didn't want that. So they said if you don't use the last step, it doesn't go back to being so dark, but your hair also doesn't catch on to color right away the way that it normally would. So if you were going to go and put another color on top of it in order to even it out, lighten it up, darken it up, whatever you want to do, it wouldn't hold on to that color. So that's how come the semi-permanent color that I put on afterwards, that it didn't hold on to it the way it normally would, which for me was fine because I didn't want my hair dark at all. I just wanted it like a light brown. And that's what I got. I got exactly what I wanted.